Raising a dog? Infinitely better than raising a werewolf. Rocky doesn't talk back. He loves his kibble. He's a good boy. When I'm out, he just sprawls on the rug, waiting for me to come home. We went everywhere. The beach, the aquarium, the seal exhibit. One day, I stopped for coffee. No pets allowed, the barista said. Fine. I tied Rocky's leash to the railing outside. Be a good boy. Shadows fell over me. Two people, Asher and the woman from the cafe. Sloane stared at Rocky's wagging tail. She let out a scoff. Dogs, wagging their tails, begging for scraps. What a disgrace to the canine species. Beside her, Asher stood silent. His eyes were dark, murky. He stared right at me. I didn't even look at them. I reached down and ruffled Rocky's ears. You're such a good boy, Rocky. Mommy's going to make you beef meatballs tonight. I stood up, stepped around them like they were traffic cones. I didn't give them a single glance. I stepped out. Rocky was gone. My blood ran cold. Asher was standing in the doorway, leaning against the frame, cigarette in hand, smoke curling around his long fingers. A wolf smoking? Seriously? He saw my face. He looked disdainful and weirdly excited. Look, he left you. He took a drag, smirked. How could a creature with no intelligence be loyal to a master? I rolled my eyes. I didn't have time for his drama. I pushed past him. Rocky. I walked down the street, scanning every corner, asking every pedestrian, have you seen a yellow Labrador? About this big. Nothing. I walked for 2 kilometers. Panic started to claw at my throat. My fingers trembled as I pulled out my phone to call animal control. A voice floated over my shoulder, dripping with snark. If he's lost, let him be lost. Why bother looking for a stupid dog? Asher. He was trailing me, hands in his pockets. Can't even track his owner's scent. An absolute disgrace to the species. Ugly too. That shade of yellow looks like a pile of human shit. Don't raise dogs, Ivy. Canines are possessive creatures. Snap. The rubber band of my patience didn't just break. It disintegrated. I spun around. Are you out of your mind? He froze. The arrogance evaporated. You're yelling at me? For a dog. Disbelief washed over his face. You've had him for 2 weeks, and you're yelling at me because of him? You can't do this to me. His voice cracked. He looked aggrieved. His eyes went wide. The red tint of his irises deepened. Not with anger, but with tears. I stared at him, speechless. What is wrong with this wolf? He is my dog. Of course I'm defending him. I crossed my arms. Besides, didn't you say we were done? That we have no relationship? I looked him up and down. Bespoke suit, silk tie, hand-stitched leather shoes. Looks like you're doing well in human society. I held out my hand. Palm up. Pay me back. He blinked. What? For the food and lodging I provided when I raised you. I need to buy Rocky some new toys. You. He looked like he was going to explode. Toys for a stupid D. Mr. Bernard. A shout from across the street cut him off. A man ran over, panting, eyes glowing with excitement. Mr. Reynolds. He looked at Asher like he was seeing God. Then he turned to me. His attitude did a complete 180. Ivy, why didn't you tell me you knew Mr. Bernard? He was beaming. That project? Consider it signed. I'll have legal draw up the papers right now. If you told me you were this close with Mr. Bernard, we wouldn't have wasted so much time. Me, my dog is missing. And now I'm working unpaid overtime on a weekend. Damn wolf. I forced a smile for Reynolds. Then I turned and shot daggers at Asher. He didn't look sorry. He looked at me with those big, wet eyes, brimming with grievance. The picture of innocence. It was 7 p.m. by the time the ink dried on the contract. I walked out of the building, dead on my feet. Then I froze. There was a standoff at the entrance. Man versus dog. Rocky was tense, body rigid, low growl vibrating in his chest. His claws scraped against the pavement, warning the enemy. The enemy was Asher. He stood there, arms crossed, relaxed, a look of total disdain on his face. He was muttering something, sounds I couldn't understand. Low, guttural. Is he speaking wolf? Can dogs even understand wolf? I stood there in disbelief for a moment, watching the absurdity. Then I stepped in. I reached down and rubbed Rocky's head. Don't be mad, baby. Mommy's back. Asher went silent. He walked over. He dropped into a squat beside me, hung his head low. What are you doing? Pet me too. He nudged his head toward my hand. I was yours too. You can't just pet him and not me. I was speechless. I just learned who he really is from Mr. Reynolds. Asher, the youngest son of the Bernard dynasty, a major shareholder in the country's largest semiconductor giant, top of the food chain, the 1% of the 1%. How can he be such a shameless wolf? I stood up, gave him my coldest glare. Did you steal my dog? I didn't steal him. He mumbled, avoiding eye contact. The leash was loose. It popped open when I tugged it. The dog just followed a trail of hot dogs. I couldn't help it. I just stared at him. Silence. He bit his lip. Fine. I was wrong. His shoulders slumped. Total defeat. You treat him too well. You pet his head. You buy him toys. You kiss him. I am jealous. Before this, I was the only one you raised.